There is no, oh, I'm going to get taken care of by this dude all the time. No, we're not. No black man can do that.
So it was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Y'all, we might have made a teensy tiny little bit of a mistake. So, we recorded a very special episode, and it just didn't go how I thought it was going to go. How did you think it was going to go?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be like very insightful and together. And there may have been some insightful moments.
Yeah, it wasn't all bad.
It absolutely wasn't.
You know how you think you know a person until you see them
baby.
on your podcast? We didn't want to scrap the entire episode, so we really want to share everything that we talked about with you all, but we couldn't in good conscience do it without coming on here and giving some sort of feedback or explanation for the carrying on that happened in this episode.
Yeah, we definitely need our commentary with this.
We definitely,
for sure.
I definitely felt like I had to jump in, yeah, and maybe even do some damage control.
Oh, how about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this episode is featuring our friends Kellow and Zell, and yeah, we had a good time.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mindfully Delusional podcast. My name is Lauren, but my friends call me Lo.
I'm Trev.
And today we have a special show for y'all. I am so hyped. I have been waiting for a long time to introduce you to my homies.
Yes. Okay, can we just talk about really quick how we are really doing this?
We are.
We are really doing this. Like,
Yeah.
guess, like, we're not playing.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to keep going.
Get with it, okay?
Period. We have to my right.
Kasey Kellow.
Period.
Case, I'm going to introduce myself. I don't need you.
Yeah, okay, because I was about to say it. And go ahead. Give us our other guest. What's your name?
Monzeil Fleming.
Period.
Hey.
As usual, you know what we're starting with, bruh. We got a game. And listen, because I'm in charge, this game is going to be guys versus girls. It is going to be Zell and Kellow versus Trav and Lo. All right, 45 seconds on the clock. Make sure that you're watching.
I got
them.
it. I got
Keep
it.
them honest.
Yeah.
Kellow, y'all locked in?
I don't cheat, okay?
Okay, great.
On your mic, get set, go.
A woman's emotion.
Anger?
No.
Sadness?
Tried it.
No.
Tried it. A woman's emotion.
Rage?
It's how they feel most of the time when they're not getting the attention that they want.
Oh, man. Jealous?
No. Come on, bro.
Here we go.
You got to keep giving them clues until he gets
You
it.
gotta go. 9 seconds. Yeah, the pressure's on.
Wait a minute, this ain't just.
What was it?
Period.
Insecure.
Oh, my God, that was so good. It is.
I'm literally stunned. I haven't said anything. I cannot
Bro,
believe...
you did a good job, and I'm sorry.
What?
When they're not getting enough attention,
Tension, they
they're
get insecure. Bro,
Let's talk about what makes y'all insecure.
First of all, we're not even going to go there.
All right, give me this.
All right,
You're done.
Show them how
You're
it's done,
done.
because that was so bad.
Good job,
I
though, bro.
cannot
That's on
believe
me.
he had the nerve to get
You
0
see
points.
accountability? My bad, bro. That's on me. You saw that?
Oh.
Now let's see how
Oh,
they do.
he's never seen it.
Yeah.
You can start it when you're ready.
Sorry, I'm not gonna look at
Ready, go.
it. Okay, so probably what people may say, what men may say you and I are.
Hot girls?
Absolutely.
We have a lot of expectations.
High maintenance.
Period.
Keep going.
We keep going. We keep going.
Oh, y'all still going? Like, keep the time going? Okay.
All right, so it's the opposite of the red one.
Green flag.
Yep. Hey, period. Okay.
Yeah, easy ones.
Oh my gosh, these
this ain't
types
gonna
of
be easy.
people kill us all the time. Not all the time.
8, 7.
It's the opposite of wet.
Dry.
And what we do with our phones without talking.
Dry face. Dry face.
That's it.
That was dumb.
All right,
Okay.
bro. Fourth quarter. Let's go.
Dry text.
They did good.
Oh, dry
Yeah,
face.
they
Dry
did.
face.
They did.
So, early in a relationship, you do too much to
Love
get.
bombing. Love bombing.
Didn't get it. Disqualified. He said the word.
Oh,
I
let's
said
go.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you wasting time. You gotta
Okay.
remember to keep going.
Yep, don't flip it that way.
I don't even know what this means. Okay, when you're not hard, you're
Soft life.
and aircraft shuttle does what?
Rise.
Yeah, and it does. It
Lift.
does. All the things.
When you throw something
Upkeep.
real hard, soft, throw
yeah.
something up real hard.
Soft.
I knew he was gonna say
Soft.
that.
Soft.
What was it?
Soft launch.
Me and Raggedy are in a
Situationship.
period.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Me and Raggedy. Never get
when
this
they
one.
give you a smidge of what you want, and just keep on going.
Oh,
and
the
you
bare
just
minimum?
and you follow them. It's a term that they came up with.
Ooh, I should know
It's like
this.
dropping it on the ground.
I think we just talked about
That's
it.
it.
like Hansel and Gretel.
That's it.
Ooh.
It's over.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
what do you? It's okay.
We were just talking
when you
about this.
eat
you're
a
not gonna get
sandwich,
it.
how do you make a sandwich with what?
With lunch meat, chicken,
And what else?
Mayonnaise,
And
cheese,
what is
lettuce,
lunch meat put
tomato,
on?
Bread.
Yes.
Breadcrumbing.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Thank God. All right, because they was going to get that one. Okay, can we get that one back?
No, it's trash because he saw it. All right, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Let's go.
All right, it's what they describe someone who has an attachment, who has too much of an attachment.
Unavailable?
No, has too much of an attachment
Stalker?
and is very needy.
Attention seeker?
A very needy man.
A cuck?
You're missing some
A
clues.
very needy man.
You're missing some clues.
That's always running back to his.
Y'all not very good at this.
Attached? Mama's boy?
Yes.
Oh! That was
Okay.
a 3.
A very promiscuous man.
All right. I had to give y'all an extra second. No. Time's up.
Okay, you ready? 3,
Y'all just not
2,
good.
1,
Right.
go.
Okay. Oh, I mean, so it's not the green one, it's the
Red flag.
That's way
Y'all
too
just
easy.
used that.
That's way too easy.
You're a hater.
I mean, I can.
Come on.
All right,
We
so
can't.
there's a popular book that talks about the way that you.
The 5 love languages.
Which one of them? When you're
Physical touch.
giving.
Oh, gifts.
Nope.
Gift giving.
One more.
Acts of service.
Yes. So when somebody is very up on you real bad.
Over. Next time. We got it.
Wait,
Give me the shit. It's over.
No, it's not. You stopped it at 1
Okay,
second.
my bad.
You got clingy.
Ready?
All
go.
right.
When you see somebody with somebody else and you get mad,
Jealous.
That's not the word.
the word you said plus what you do with your eyes, the entire word.
Jealousy.
Much better.
Oh, that was good.
Okay, when you tell them something but you don't mean it, and what you put in your car plus what are we looking at right here?
Gaslighting.
Put your hand down.
Somebody want to get
A girl who a woman who only wants you for what you can give her. And that's all she about. She don't want no relationship. He said it at
He
this.
didn't get it.
Gold digger.
Sorry. Let's take this quick little victory lap.
Right.
Okay.
And you got 45 seconds.
Okay, I do. I can play with it a little bit. Okay.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Need all 45 seconds? Oh, we must need all 45 seconds. Okay, let's go. What is it?
When he wants more, but he gets put here.
Friend zone?
Yes.
That was good. Listen, they went through these.
You know, let's tally it up. Can you do me a favor and count your cards, Kellow? We can see how many points you guys
Is this like what they
got.
call
So
it,
they
the
wanna
buddy?
rub it in.
The buddy
Okay, that's
system,
fine.
or like
How many?
That's fine.
3 points.
Oh, that's great.
Good job.
That's all, guys.
Guys, clap it up for our guy friends.
Please
Yes.
do. And give them props, please.
Period. They did great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like we won. First question for everybody in this room: who has it harder in the dating scene right now, men or women?
Women.
Women.
Thank you. What do you
terrible out
think,
here.
Zell? Don't worry about what anyone says. Do not be influenced.
I think it's equally hard.
That's a good answer.
I think it's equally hard
Why?
because we're being pitted against each other and people are falling for it.
That's
Okay.
a great answer,
Actually,
bro.
I love
You're-
that answer.
We're being pitted against black men and women are being pitted against each other.
That is a
And
great
we're
answer,
falling
bro.
for it.
Okay, how?
Well, let's talk about the argument that really pisses me off all the time. The 50-50 argument.
Oh
We black people, we do not have the economic standing of white people.
100%.
So we're going to have to help each other out.
Talk your shit,
That's
big
how you
dog.
We have to.
Talk
Yeah,
your
no,
shit.
knew
no,
this
that's the
Ignore her,
truth.
ignore her. She's trying to get you
Nah,
out of shit. Keep
nah,
it going,
nah.
bro.
She could go with that.
Stay focused.
We do not have the economic standing of white people. So
Some
why are we?
may not.
Why are we hiring ourselves to
Stop.
their standards?
Why is it a
Help
white
each other.
standard?
There is no. Oh, I'm gonna get taken care of by this dude all the time. No, we're not. No black man can do that.
So
No black man.
Wait a minute.
Unless he
Hold
in the
on.
1%.
Bro, if you ain't got no money, just say that.
No,
It's not only about money though.
It's not. It's not.
No, that's why I said let him land, because at the end he said only if he's in that 1%. He said if he's in that top tier man, which is what I alluded to earlier.
And if you're shooting for that, ain't none of them is going to be faithful to you. Ain't none of them going to hold you down like you think they are.
He gonna
because
land.
guess what? I worked my way up to this, and you think I'm just going to share it with you?
Talk
If
your
you
shit,
do
big
something
dog.
I don't want you to do, I'm going to get it from somewhere else.
I was shocked and appalled that you were like,
I had to brace for impact.
no, bro, no.
Can I go next, Lauren?
Please do.
Whoever wants to go next, feel free.
You want to go next, Trav?
Nah, go ahead. You got the
What are we,
floor.
but remember, we're talking about why is it difficult?
Who has it
50-50
difficult?
is
Right.
not the conversation
Okay.
yet.
The reason why I say women, it's a more difficult situation just because of the volume.
Right.
So there's so many men. So it's like it's hard, and it's hard to not necessarily. A lot of women not necessarily can cherish. They'll meet a guy, everything will be going good, but they got 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 other dudes. So it's like if you don't immediately latch on and catch them, they literally can just be like, whoop, another one. So it makes it very hard for them to make a decision that they can stick with.
I'm not sure the women have 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 other dudes.
Y'all all do.
So here's the thing. Of course, she has lots of choices.
Really?
Of course.
Do I know them?
But
Or
we,
are they just out here?
You just ain't dealing
but
with
she
them.
but we automatically have disqualified a lot of them.
Or doesn't
Okay.
that make it harder to make a decision?
No,
So if
not
you
for
had
me.
if you had 2, if you had 3, it's easier to make a decision than if you have 15. 95% of them ain't.
That's what I'm saying. They're not even
Yeah,
really being
it's easy.
considered.
That's what I'm saying
So
though.
we really only
hard.
have 2 or 3.
Okay, that's fair.
And so
That's fair. But I mean, how do you know that they ain't?
you can tell.
Give me an
No, you-
example. Hold
can-
on.
you can-
Let her land.
When he starts a sentence.
Oh, wait, what are you
When he starts to
She was
sentence
about to
with
take
what?
a shot. Stop, Lauren.
When she starts to sentence
She
with
about to
what?
take a shot.
let her
Don't-
take the
I'm
shot.
not gonna let her. I'm not gonna let her. I'm not gonna let her.
This her show. Let her
Please
take it.
take it.
Look,
Take
she
it, sis.
won.
Take it. I want to hear
Sarah,
this.
I want to
Let's
hear
go.
this.
Set it
When he
up.
starts a sentence with what? Because I got a wink. She starts a sentence. So go ahead.
When he
Let her
starts
go.
a sentence with, I don't really do church like that.
Uh-oh.
I'm spiritual, but I'm not saved.
So he ain't. It's because of that.
For me.
I'm agnostic,
Praise the
and
Lord.
I know I'm some ish.
Good.
Because
Somebody's
I
gonna
have-
love you.
Because
What's that?
because I've studied all religions and I find validity in all of them.
If I could give my answer, the reason why women have it harder is because we have to sit here and listen to niggas talk like that.
Oh,
What I said
Go ahead.
was, I don't like that. Get your regular girl who wants to go 50-50 with you and don't love Jesus, and you don't have to give me your story. And the reason why it's hard for women in dating is because after I said I don't want that, they still want to give me the story. Like, bro, it's all good. No, let's go to accountability because they really want to talk about this.
Okay, so accountability. When you see a woman, and I'm sorry, I love you all, but I'm about to say it because Lauren told me to keep it
No,
real.
don't apologize.
If we're in a situation where you look at a woman, she's attractive, she's fine, she got her together, and she's single, there is a reason that there's not a nigga there. And 99.9% of the time, that reason is self-inflicted. Now they will find
How many-
a
what's the-
bunch.
what's the
Can I land? Can I land? Most of the time, it's because a term like respectfully, niggas ain't.
Yep.
It's respectfully because instead of saying niggas ain't. Why am I meeting niggas that ain't? Why are you in these situations always where these niggas don't call you back?
I agree with that.
Why are you always in these situations where these guys are intimate with you
Yeah.
and it doesn't end up going the way you want to go?
Yeah.
Right.
Why haven't you got that guy yet?
That's a good. This is.
I'm talking when we get past 30, we get 35, we get 40, we get. Why haven't you got this dude yet? From what I've seen, anecdotal, which means my own experience, I see 9 times out of 10 it's because of you. Women are harder to make the adjustment. So if we came up, the difference between men and women with accountability, the why I say it's mostly women, is because when you come up and they say, bro, you ain't athletic, you fat, you're short, you're cockeyed, whatever the case may be, you got a big head, whatever the case may be, what do they tell us? Adjust. Pivot. Bro, you a big dude, but you can get fresh. You cockeyed, you can wear sunglasses. Now, when do women ever adjust? When do they ever say, because there's a certain percentage that do adjust. You can be a 217, 250-pound woman, and I'm telling you, the world gonna tell you, girl, you know what? Girl, live your life. Girl, like, love yourself. Like, them niggas, like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Bro, what they gonna tell us? Lose some weight.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't got this, don't even talk to me. If you don't even got that, don't talk to me.
From the manosphere.
If I come at y'all and me with my income, because you know, and I came at you with my car and my situation and was like, bro, I only mess with girls. You gotta be about 5'5", 175 abs. You gotta have a perfect butt. It can't lay low. It gotta be like
5 is a little chubby.
not to me, baby. That is in my wheelhouse. But you got look. If I came to y'all and said I don't take nothing less than that, y'all would say, "Kase, you need to get your ass in the gym, make some more money, and you can get her." But who tell women that?
Or I do. Or
Yeah, for sure.
and do. Or we would be like,
rare-
you know what?
you know how
Why
rare
don't
you are?
you? I'll be like, you know what, Kello? I have a friend. You know, she's about 215. She real sweet. She got a pretty face.
She real sweet. It's crazy.
My point is that most of the time, that is the case, and men are forced to have accountability. We are forced to adapt. Women are not.
I don't know women like this.
Here's
I
the
do.
thing.
I'm talking about.
I do.
I do.
So,
I do know
okay,
women like this.
Yeah, I mean,
Women like this.
I know
are
they exist.
Are the reason
but-
why I said what I said in the last episode. I was like, girl, you're going to be single for the next 5 years anyway. Get yourself together to get the man you want.
hear
For sure.
Okay.
I do
or
know
be
for a
happy
fact.
with the
I
men
do
that you
know for a
attract.
fact
Yes.
that Lauren agrees with that. Yes.
Absolutely. The only problem about this conversation is that is one very particular form of accountability. That's not the main problem.
Yes,
With accountability.
I was like, this
That
the
actually
accountability problem you
No,
talking about?
that actually
it's
has
different kinds,
nothing
though.
to do
I mean-
with the type of accountability.
I mean, we talking about dating. If we talking about
Well,
like,
what type of
I don't take
accountability
accountability
are you
for the
talking
fact that I don't have a job.
Because I want to
Yes.
hear this.
That's
Yeah.
because in as it relates to how we relate to each other, because that's like pre-dating. You ain't even gotten in a relationship because you can't get because you double-minded. You know what I mean? I'm talking about you done got somebody's attention. You done got somebody on the hook, and every time they come to you with a problem or they ask you, can you see things from my perspective, or can you maybe change something for me so that we can be more on the same page? You're like, no, I didn't even do anything wrong. What? It was him. Like, what was I supposed to do? That's the kind of lack of accountability that we're talking about.
Accountability in marriage.
I can pull a story
Yeah.
about accountability.
Let's talk
in
about
marriage.
Been married?
He's married now.
married now.
Happily
Oh, okay.
married. Hey, Tierra girl.
Hey, girl.
With like beautiful children and all the things.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So we've all been
Just
married.
smile at his like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful.
He's living the dream.
I don't do that.
So you think women like accountability in marriage?
In a lot of ways, yes.
Zell might be the problem.
He might be.
The way that he carried on in this episode.
I don't even think he realizes how much he carried on.
think he carried on so bad. But I mean, Kello definitely carried on more. But when he carried on, he like stole the show.
It's the amount of times that Kello tried to save him.
That part.
And you're like, oh, just,
He made me so mad.
let that man speak.
Let that man speak for himself. All right.
The lack of accountability in a marriage, like it's simple stuff. I give you an example of my last marriage. I consistently.
How many marriages did you have?
Two.
God damn.
Two. I've been married twice.
Okay.
Bro, I
Okay.
seen it, bro. No disrespect.
Nah, I've
but
been
when
married
you said
twice.
that, I seen them both shift. Like it was like a gasp.
I
Like
didn't want to interrupt. I was like,
I'm sorry for laughing, but when you
I've been married
said
twice.
so in my last marriage, they was like, what?
No, we did not.
I feel you though.
Go
I
ahead.
ain't-
Go ahead.
Okay.
I
Go
feel
ahead,
you,
Zell.
bro.
continue,
Go ahead.
please.
Go ahead.
There was a situation where I was telling my ex-wife that you're doing something that's going to be harmful to our children. And I kept saying it and kept saying it. And instead of that, she would turn it around on me and say, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that
That's nasty work.
you didn't do this and do that. This wouldn't have happened if this was done
you.
or this was done. I was like, no, that doesn't change the fact that you're not. And I'm gonna just come out and say it, you're not watching our children.
There you go.
And they're getting hurt.
There you
Or
go.
they're going to the hospital. Or they're getting sick because you are so inward and self-centered and worried about what you got it on. You're not even watching our kids.
There you go.
And that's what got me kicked out of the house. That's what got me divorced.
But bro, that's a great point though, because
But
what he's saying is
accountability.
it always
and she would
flips
always come
around
to me
to-
about me not being accountable. But when I come to you, and I'm saying your unattentiveness is hurting our children, and you turn around and say, "Well, you didn't put a gate up at the top of the steps." Oh, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. That's not holding accountability.
I agree.
Second.
100%.
Are you accountable?
Of course I am. But there are
Did she
times
ask
that
for a
I'm-
gate?
No, she didn't ask for a gate before that happened.
Did you get her a gate eventually?
Yeah, after she, I said, but that's not going to change the fact that you weren't watching our child.
So if I go, hey, I don't like this, or hey, you need to help on this, what the hell does that got to do with me? So instead of saying, you know what, fam, you're right, I got to get on my shit, it's like, well, if you would do this or if you would do that, instead of taking the accountability for her part. Now, if she came at a separate time and said, hey, could you put the gate up now? You didn't put down the gate and this happened. Then he, 9 times out of 10, I don't know you that well, brother, but I guarantee you that he probably will go, okay, yeah, you know what, let me put that gate up. Like
I'm
that.
giving him a lot of credit. Go ahead.
I am. But men have a tendency to go, you know what, bro, that's on me.
Do they?
No,
Yeah.
not in my experience. However, not to dig into
Because all
this.
experiences are valid.
Exactly.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that there is. So I think this accountability thing is about perspective, and it's always a lot of finger pointing. It's easy to point the finger and say that the other person is not accountable based on your perspective, and I think it just leads to like a continuous cycle of finger pointing.
Yes.
I mean, seriously.
I agree.
I agree.
So
And maybe neither one of y'all were accountable.
that's what it sounds like.
No, but
And watching it back,
Uh-huh.
I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to be accountable. He's trying to tell the story, but he clearly still really, really stands by the way that he handled that situation.
He does.
So when he said right there that he texted her and said, "I know you're overwhelmed," how can you say, "I know you're overwhelmed," and then still dig into somebody? Like, no, somebody who's overwhelmed needs something taken off of them, like some sort of support.
Some sort of support.
Exactly.
That's exactly
and
what
I
it
feel
is.
like, and listen, these men just don't get it.
And I was thinking, like, if we were to probably ask her, she would probably say,
Yeah, sis.
he wasn't helping me at all. Or, potentially, I don't know.
Possibly.
if he says that this is happening, like that you're being neglectful, the point of it that we get back to with accountability. So could he take accountability for what he did? My point is yes. So if it's like the gate need to be put up, yes. Right?
Right.
Yeah. I
Okay,
guess.
so that's
Yes,
taking
yes.
accountability. That's saying,
Okay.
okay, I should have put the gate up.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
But
Yeah,
she
but-
didn't
Hold on,
take
wait a minute.
accountability.
Could y'all
But
answer that
I
question?
may not feel like I may not feel like I'm neglectful.
I understand.
Although my
but
child
but
may have hurt
I
themselves
understand that's a
under my
south spot.
care.
Okay, so listen. But when she goes, you ain't put the gate up.
No, that's
Hold on.
I
He
get
could have
that.
easily said, I wouldn't have to put the gate up if you was watching.
That's probably what he said. I
But
bet
at
he
the
did.
same
That
exact,
is- that
but,
is what I said.
But
I
at
know
the
he did.
exact same, but at the exact same time,
But then I put the gate up.
but he put the gate up.
This conversation got a bit more specific than I would
Yeah.
have liked.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying though.
But And
sure.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna say one more thing about this particular situation. We're talking about a very highly emotional situation. We're talking about both of y'all child. Now, of course,
goal.
it's easy for you with not being there to be like, this is all your fault. This keeps happening. As a mother, that's an emotionally triggering thing to hear from somebody.
It's not
that-
emotionally triggering for him to say that it's because of the gate.
We're not. I'll get there. So it's an emotional. I just want to acknowledge it's an emotionally triggering thing.
Listen.
So where I was gonna get is the way that you approach her about that. Like, watch our kids. It's lacking in care. You're dealing with a woman who is dealing with things that you have never had to deal with, and instead of coming in and being like, "What do you need to make it easier for you?" And you can still be upset, but that's the same way that we need to approach our men.
Okay.
Like, what do you, like, how
Yeah,
can we make
both
this
sides.
easier for both of
Exactly.
us? People, that's what I'm saying. You know, accountability is a problem, but we as a people are lacking in understanding.
I think
I don't think it's
I think she's
a
right.
woman thing.
I don't
But I
either.
think, no, it's very rare. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. That a woman is like, the reason I'm in this situation with this nigga is because of me.
Okay.
90% of the time, a man will say, I got to take accountability for the situation about why I am, or I chose her, or whatever the case may be. It's very rare that a woman say, I'm in a situation because of decisions I made.
Yeah,
because if they did, the shit would get better.
Yeah,
the
'cause
numbers would show.
Because even in my dealings, it's just like I'm always being told, well, why you keep choosing these women that are betraying you? Why you keep choosing these women that betray you? Because I don't know they're gonna betray me.
There you go.
They love bomb me in the beginning. Then stuff start tapering off, and then they treat me cold. And then I'm thinking we about to fix it and turn it around. PFA, get out the house, leave. I don't want to be with you no more. And I'm like, I thought we was about to fix this.
Exactly.
You think that you could take accountability and be like, yeah, I make a lot of bad choices in women. I fall for this type every single time. That's my fault.
He
That's
just
my
did.
bad.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Not really.
I'm trying. He's trying to back me up.
We're moving on.
Yeah, the accountability conversation.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
And it's a big mess.
And I don't even think that we actually got to the kind of accountability that we had in mind.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking about accountability in like personal situations, but not
Yeah.
like as a whole.
Yeah.
In general.
Except for Kellow, who strongly believes that all women are just not accountable at all. So there's that.
It can be said for both
Right,
genders.
right.
Everybody struggles. And I think I said it here. Everybody struggles with
Yeah,
accountability.
exactly. I think at the end we finally got to like some type of like, okay, I guess we're all wrong.
You know I love a clean transition.
Good segue.
Yeah, I love a good segue. So, what is that one thing that makes you the problem?
Ooh. You talk about.
You want to start with me?
No,
Because you look right
no,
at me.
No, let's start. Let's start
I
with
did
him.
a sweep. To
She
be
did.
fair,
She did do a sweep.
Did I start last time?
She like any takers?
you usually start
You
because you
usually
got like
start.
Okay, you can start. Okay.
I'll start.
Okay.
This time.
I'm the problem because I can be inconsistent. I can admit that.
Oh my God.
I can be
Accountability.
inconsistent.
That was very accountable.
I can be
yeah,
inconsistent.
yes,
And
very accountable.
I can tell you the reason why I'm inconsistent. That's how I was raised.
You were raised to be inconsistent?
I was raised around inconsistency.
We're
As an
leaning
example.
a little bit towards lack of accountability. But
Long,
continue.
Why is it lack of accountability?
I know.
That's how I was raised.
I
knew
see
she
what
was
you said.
going there,
I
bro.
continue.
That's the example I got.
Yeah.
That's everything that
That's a
happened
real
to
thing.
me, and so I latched on to that, and
Okay.
I'm
so-
inconsistent.
But
I'm
let
inconsistent.
me shoot him some bell. He's saying the way he was raised, but he's not saying that's an excuse for why he's not.
We don't know if he's saying that. 'cause
Right,
didn't
we
let him
don't
get
know.
there.
We don't know. Are
No,
you saying that?
It's a little bit of an excuse, but it's not.
It's a lot of-
I don't hold on to that because I'm working toward getting away from
There
that.
we go. Do the
I'm
work.
working
Yeah.
towards getting away from that. I have a rebellious spirit, and certain things I'm not going to take. And so that leads to me being inconsistent because I'm just like, I'm not going to keep doing this and you doing that. I was perfect. You're treating me wrong. Why am I going to continue being perfect and doing the best I can do? And then it starts
The
tapering off.
inconsistency, right.
And
I feel you.
then I get into the inconsistency, and I should be consistent. I should blow all that stuff off, and I should, I should be consistent. But sometimes I
she's
can be
worth it.
inconsistent with it.
That's a
I
good
wouldn't
one,
call
bro.
that rebellion. That is good, but I wouldn't call it rebellion. It's reactionary.
You did not give him anything the whole time. Do you see this energy that you're giving him? We're like listening and we're responding and we're engaged. You're like, so what was it that you were thinking?
I mean, okay, so Zell and I are friends, so we've talked, you know, but it's just like the pull out the violin.
Yeah.
And I really don't mean to be, you know, like inconsiderate in any way. I honestly have tried not to be that way, right? Well, but I've had my moments where like every conversation with my friends is like, guess what else happened? Like, guess what else is going on? Guess what happened? It's just like because you want to get it out, you want to talk about it, and you want to be understood, you want to be validated. And so I totally get it. But I just think hearing some of the stuff again in this episode, it was just like, all right.
Why are you the problem, Trav?
Why am I the problem? Oh gosh, me being the problem, it's so hard. Let me think.
me.
I think I'm great, but you know,
It's okay if you don't have any flaws. That's
no,
also
I
nature.
have flaws for sure. I mean, maybe I'm a little argumentative. Maybe
Really?
I don't know. I'm trying. Like,
So you're combative.
no, I'm not gonna say I'm combative.
That's argumentative.
I
Same
mean,
word, yeah.
thanks. Anybody else? Okay.
You're being argumentative. You're being argumentative.
That's my girl. I'm not finna.
Oh, you think I'm argumentative? No, do you think
No, I
I'm
don't think
argumentative?
you're argumentative.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
I do think argumentative and combative can be synonymous.
I think that's funny because
okay,
she's like, so
so-
if you think I'm argumentative because I'm not.
Okay, so
like,
here's one. Here's what I will say is that I think in the past I have been a little passive.
Okay.
And I think that's definitely an issue. Seeking validation, definitely an issue. So like accepting more than what I should because I want to be validated.
Right.
very worded very well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not upholding a standard is something that you need to be accountable
Yeah.
for because that
100%.
makes
Like, so when you
Yeah.
look in the mirror, it's like, bro, he got through because I did not hold up my standard.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or I didn't have a standard when I met him.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I mean-
Lauren, why are you the problem? I know why, Lauren.
He's like, I
Why
know.
are you the problem, Lauren?
See, isn't it hard?
So hard.
And you had time to think while I was thinking.
And I
See?
thought about that. No, I know what I want to say, but I don't know if this is a real answer.
Uh-oh.
I think that I can
You
be
see
the
how it's so
problem.
hard- it's
Okay,
so
I
hard
think that
for
I can
them.
be the problem because sometimes love is a conquest for me. And once I have conquered it, I'm ready to move on to something else.
So inconsistency?
Inconsistent.
Or, yeah, that could be inconsistent.
Is that inconsistent?
Yeah.
That's also a very good answer too.
It is.
Man.
Yeah, because
I had a very more simple answer, but it's
some
under
of
the
them-
umbrella of what she just
okay,
said.
yeah, some of the other things I tackle pretty quickly. I try to be accountable. I'm not perfect, but I make changes when you ask me to make changes, which is another component of love being a conquest because what do you want? I'll do it because at the end of the day, I'm going to get what I want.
Yeah.
But then once I get it, it's like
need
did
a
I
new
want
challenge.
it because you are worth wanting, or did I want it because I'm not a loser and I get the things that I decide that I want? So then I might walk away from something that I once thought that I wanted, and that might have hurt people in the past. And I think that's what makes me the problem. And it is a very nuanced answer. It does show itself in a bunch of different ways.
I thought it was good.
Thank you. But I want to know what you were going to say about me.
I was pretty much saying you cut niggas off fast and you can be a dick sometimes.
Yeah,
But-
I can.
But it's
Which
like,
I think
but,
was evident
yeah,
in today's
but-
conversation.
Yeah,
I'm so
but
sorry.
you can be a dick sometimes, but you also like your block or move on game is fast once it's like. But
Yeah.
Lauren is wanting, and when she gets, she spot on to what I was thinking. So it's like Lauren likes a little difficulty, and if it's like if you're
So it's a
controllable,
challenge, huh?
once you're controlled or once you're that, Lauren really will be like,
Once she can conquer you, she eats you.
I gotta move on. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna answer the question now.
But I
So,
have an excuse.
yeah, you do.
I have all brothers and men. I have
Sounds
lot
like a
of men
lack of
around.
accountability.
It is.
So listen,
It is. That's why I said it. Like,
the reason that I'm the problem, I feel like, is like I don't really compromise a lot of the time. It's hard for me to change.
that's good.
So it's like Lauren always preached like, Kase, you gotta relax. Meeting her, I was under the impression all the time that I have to 100% say and be honest about everything I'm thinking. Because if I'm not, I'm being dishonest with my partner, I'm being dishonest with myself. But bro, you cannot. And it doesn't mean you have to be dishonest, but some as men we can't say. We can't. I don't know. It's just certain you can.
You know what?
You
know what, though?
you
You
can't.
know what, though?
I disagree. I
It's
think you
no,
can say it.
But
You
but
need-
but Lauren,
I
Yeah, I'm
think
listen,
wondering,
listen.
like, what
I
kind
think
of
you
stuff?
should
no, because the reality and look, even though Lauren could disagree, the reality is not what y'all want to hear ever.
Nope.
Y'all think y'all do.
Here we go.
This is my absolute least favorite conversation with Kellow. We have been arguing about this for years, literally. I'm pretty sure that one of the times where I like tried to throw something at his head, it stemmed from this type of conversation.
Oh God.
And you guys are gonna have to tell us what you think. Kellow swears up and down that women do not want the truth, the unadulterated truth.
Yeah.
My perspective is that while that may be true in some cases, we know the women that don't want the truth. I feel like you know those women, right? But most women need the truth, and they're not usually given the opportunity to have the truth.
Exactly.
Because if they had the truth, they would have made different decisions.
Right.
Here we go.
This
Her eyes
is
about to
this
get
is our
big. Hold,
biggest
Lauren. Can
argument.
I land? Can I land?
Continue. Fly the
The
plane.
argument, the reality that y'all think y'all want, y'all act like y'all want XXX, but y'all really want PG-13. The answer never, 100% never coincides with what y'all want, ever. What we are is not what y'all want us to be, ever.
I want to say something.
The reason, I'm positive.
100%?
1,000%.
I don't disagree, but you got to finish so I can get to my point.
Okay.
This is what makes it a problem.
I'm gonna put a bow on it. I'm gonna put a bow on it because it's not gonna change, and it's not gonna change.
No.
So it's like, so
will.
listen. So the reality of the situation is so real that me and him have an understanding, just meeting each other, that we can't. Now, when the reality doesn't coincide with what y'all want, right? Y'all kind of force it. Everything about society and the way we date and the way we are right now is almost forced by what we're supposed to say and how we're supposed to act for women. If men were our real selves, they really wouldn't be too much marriage.
Okay.
They'd be a lot of crazy going on if men were the one at the forefront. Now, if you dating a guy, because 99% of the time, 99% of the time, which we alluded to earlier, 99% of the time, let's say I think that Lauren is a 6, right? But I want to hit it. Hypothetical, I want to hit it. I want to ask everybody, what do you think would work for me more? Lauren, you all right, but for real, dog, you're not all that. I deserve better. I still want to smash. Once I'm done, I don't want to talk to you no more, and please don't call me, right? A lot of the times that's reality, right? Or if it's good, I might run it back, right? It's a hypothetical. Now, how far do you think that narrative gets me with Lauren? Don't you all speak at once? It's not going to get me very far, is it?
You ain't going nowhere.
My
Might
brother,
be in the negative.
have we all felt like that before?
Plenty of times.
Where it's like, I don't like you, I want to hit it, I don't want a relationship. That's the reality. Women go, but tell me that. Where would that get us?
Nowhere.
Exactly where it's supposed to get you. Because a girl who doesn't want that arrangement is allowed and has the freedom to say no thank you. So you can go find the girl who does want the arrangement.
100%.
So that is what I made a video about this.
But I don't want the girl to want the arrangement, I want you.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't really want me.
Yes,
you
I
want
do.
an encounter with me.
I do.
You want and you don't
No,
want me.
I want an encounter with you, yes. I don't want you, I want the encounter. However you word it, yeah.
You can't have everything you want.
I can get the encounter if I lie.
That's my point.
Okay.
So it's not that she doesn't want the truth.
But if I tell you the reality, am I getting the encounter?
Okay, so what you're describing is not a woman not wanting the truth. It's you not wanting the truth.
It is her. She doesn't want the truth really.
No, she
Because
doesn't.
does she want me to tell her that I want just the encounter? is that what she wishes in her brain?
Hello.
That's-
no, hold on. It's not about.
She
what-
wants me to tell her she wants me to let her know what my intentions are so she can make her decision.
Kellow.
But the
she
reality-
she doesn't want just an encounter with you.
That's my point, bro.
So
My
it's not
point-
that she doesn't want the truth. She does want the truth so that she
Yeah.
can decline.
She doesn't want the reality. So if it's a guy you like and he feels that way, that's what you want him to tell you?
Yes, I can walk away and not deal with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to
Fair
know
enough.
how you feel for real.
You-
That's
Okay.
literally yes.
Cool.
It sounds like you can't accept rejection.
Yeah.
And in this conversation,
So you
I-
lie because you
so
can't
you
accept
lie
rejection.
because you can't accept rejection. Because your confidence and your ego can't take it.
Can't take
Is
it.
what it sounds like to me.
And that is true for men, though.
And they'll tell you that.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
My thing is, all men, even though we have different attributes, we all think the same.
I think that.
So I don't think any man, Barack Obama wanted to smash Michelle Obama. So it's not like you meet her and it's like, oh man, flowers and such. I want to take her on dates and like, no, he want to smash. We all want to smash. We all think the same. Some men have more discipline. Some men have better words. R&B and hip hop. Back that up and Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. They saying the same thing,
Yeah, but
in different ways.
But the situation that you described was very specific.
It is. You guys don't want to hear that. Y'all would rather hear it better.
No.
Y'all don't want to hear
No,
that
think
that's
of-
all
no,
we want.
what you said.
But because the truth is what I'm just telling you. You think that I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna tell you that that's what I want, and you can move on to a man that wants something different. No, he wants the same thing I want.
No, there's something very specific about what you said. Like, I don't want you, and I'm never gonna want anything more from you.
Usually men don't.
We actually don't have a problem with sex, and this is gonna sound crazy. Sleeping with most women is not that hard, right? Like, I'm susceptible to you. If I like you, most of the time, like, a girl's gonna bust it, right?
His face.
What?
He's taking me out.
It's literally, but most of the time, it's with the understanding that you actually do like me. Even the possibility that you would want more. But what you said in your actual scenario was like, I don't like her. There is no possibility.
Men usually, if you
And
have,
you show us.
But see
you
the
show us
the
that
honesty,
you don't have to
the
say
honesty,
it.
right? The honesty, right? Because I don't mind dying on this sword. I don't care. I'm married
That's
and I'm
fine.
free.
You can die
So
on it.
listen, let me tell y'all something. So I am. So if 15 men are at a bachelor party and there's beautiful women surround them, all of them, no man is going to say, you know what would make this better? If my wife was here.
No.
If my girl was here.
And conversely, no
We-
woman says that about their husband being when they're turning up either.
Really?
Really?
You think so?
Absolutely.
That's fair. But what I'm saying is that usually 9 times out of 10, it's very rare that you see a man that chooses to want to be in a relationship.
No man should be entertaining a woman without taking some responsibility for that woman. Period. If you are a man and you're not prepared to take some responsibility for that woman and for what you are bringing into her life, you don't need her. And I think it's inappropriate to sleep with women and not take some sort of accountability and not care about them at all. Because the conversation that we were having, he really started by saying, I lied to women because I just want to have sex with them. There is a certain man who does that.
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
we know the man who does that. But we know that that's inappropriate, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like it's predatory. So
For
men
sure.
who live like that, act like that, are predators. They get women under the guise of caring, of wanting more, and then they just leave them. And you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And so for him to say that all men want to be like that,
No, I don't agree with that.
to me, exactly. It's insane.
And to your point, I don't think any woman would want that.
Exactly.
Not that.
I don't think that women get enough chance to be confronted with the truth to decide whether or not they want it. But I also do.
But
I also do believe that if more women heard the truth, they would understand men. Because remember, my thing is that we
But
don't
I'm telling you
understand
the truth
I'm not
now.
done. I'm not. It's my thing is that women don't understand. So here's what I've learned about people telling me the truth. Well, like I said, women are looking for evidence that you care, that you're not going anywhere. Most of the time, if a woman knew the truth and realized that men are disgusting and depraved and lust after other women and do certain things and are kind of selfish, that they're not going anywhere, most women will be like, okay, I don't care. I'm not lying. That might just be me. Like, yo, I have a lot of guy friends. I hear a lot of them in their unfiltered conversations. And what I've realized is, like, a man is going to be gross, is going to want this and maybe not want that. And it's going to be counter to how a woman believes that she wants her man to think. Mm-hmm. Number one, if a woman was able to build a man that she wanted with the attributes that she wanted, she wouldn't like him. Because we don't actually know the things that make men and those things that they do that make them attractive to us. We actually don't know. So if you built a man, you wouldn't like him. He'd probably be too soft. He'd be a lot of different things. So I think if more women knew the truth about their men, but realized that actually that isn't evidence of how he feels about you, then they would be okay. And they would be more respectful, and they would give you more freedom.
That's a theory.
I'm a man. I'm kind of gross, but I will take care of you.
Lauren, but usually a lot of the time from what I've seen, again, just my opinion, from what I've seen, it don't really last. I don't really see too many women that 100% are comfortable, no matter what happens, not being the only one.
No, I'm sorry. This is within the context of, a relationship, a man who believes in monogamy, right? Mm-hmm. But there are women who literally are like, I don't want you looking at another woman. I don't want you talking to another woman. Mm-hmm. Like, I think if you understood that, like, him having his freedom to do that, and the fact that he continues to come back to you, and the fact that he chooses to respect the relationship, it would make them be less stringent in that way.
Okay.
So
I think I get where you're going. No, because what I'm saying is they don't want the honesty. She feels like that if they did have the honesty, it would be better for everybody if they had the honesty.
Yeah, and I also believe that the man that you're describing who wants to sleep around and wants multiple women should go find the woman that's okay with that, because there is a woman. And if you're honest about what you want, you'll actually find that woman.
Okay.
And there are women.
I would say that makes very much sense for somebody to do. So it's like, it does make sense. Hey, man, if I want to sleep around, let me find a girl that's cool with sleeping around.
Because they're out there.
Unfortunately, in reality, with men that want to sleep around, usually 9 times out of 10, that's not the mind state. Because even, how many times?
Because they're lazy and entitled.
But you know what ate me up the entire time?
What ate you up?
Kellow never stopped talking.
It was Kellow's show for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last question. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I should ask this. What is one thing that you think the opposite sex needs to change?
That's a very good question. It's my turn first?
Whoever want to go first.
Well, I think that the number one thing that the opposite sex needs to change, 2 things. Accountability, like we talked about, and the willingness to accept the fact that maybe your man is on a journey to become something better. Stop trying to have him be a finished product when you meet him. Yeah. So it's like he might not be the best leader now. Talk to him, encourage him, and be his number one fan in hopes that one day he can become that. So it's
the thing right now is you got to come
potential.
You
got to come potential.
It's not potential anymore. Come potential. But honestly, there's some things that you do give them a chance to figure out.
Yeah, I think there's room for that.
The main parts of like leadership and stuff. Like if you're not a good leader, you don't qualify to have a woman.
And also some women are more easily led than others.
Facts.
So it's like you can be a good leader. You can be a good leader, but not necessarily the best leader to this woman. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So the woman, and y'all do have the right to determine if he's a good leader or not, but it's just not so black and white. But you could say, I'm a good leader to her. You see what I'm saying?
I guess.
Because is there a such thing if you're not willing to follow?
Exactly.
No, you can
when you come from like football, right, and you got a coach, everybody play a position on the field, right? Mm-hmm. Who is to determine that he is a bad leader? Who is the one determining us? Run the play, fail, and then say he a bad leader. But how you gonna say he a bad leader if you ain't run the play?
I'm gonna see you in your scrimmage and in your practices, and I'm gonna know before I decide to get in the game myself whether or not you're a good leader.
Lauren, if you're my quarterback, that's not the way football works. If you're my quarterback and I say run a slot, run a curl, or I tell you whatever route to do and this is going to work, and you say, I'm not going to do that, if you don't follow me, you cannot determine what kind of leader I am until you give it a try.
Here's the thing. In college football, right, if you're a really, really good player, there are a lot of people who are going to want you to be there, and you get to make your decision. And one of the things that might determine your decision is whether or not a person is a good coach. And you've never played for this man, right? But you can tell whether or not they're a good coach by the results that they've gotten in the situations that they've had before.
Okay, yeah. Before you get with them,
Yeah.
I got you. I
In
can
their
respect
previous
that, yeah.
seasons or in the
So
practices
I'm a good player. I see how you do. I'm not gonna go with your team because y'all got a bad team because you don't have a good coach.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you there. But
So,
to me,
no, I don't have to
once
go-
you
That's the problem, yo. Y'all are going down because it's like, is he a bad leader? Let me try and find out. And then you go down and then you end up in this situation, boo-hoo, crying.
I don't think a leader is something that you can find out in dating.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to find out how.
I can see that.
That's like saying I know you can cook without eating your food. How do I know?
You can tell.
How?
What does everyone else say?
I don't give a fuck what everybody else said.
Yeah, because everybody has different experiences.
Like, how could I say you're a bad cook if I haven't ate you?
Like, you talking to them, they in the kitchen, and she's cooking. She's
Lauren really gonna try to
She's
answer
talking
this.
about,
let's
I
do it.
can cook, and she's so confident, and she's comfortable, and she pulled the chicken straight out the pack and throw it straight in the pan, and she never even thinks twice.
Never even seasoned
Like,
it.
that's
Okay.
dirty.
There you go.
And you,
You
ain't
can
got no
tell.
salt and pepper.
She got that.
This nigga, like, I make bomb Kool-Aid. He get the packet, put it in, no sugar, like, here.
How you gonna know it tastes bad till you taste it?
No.
No. If they see you doing it, then I mean, from her perspective, if she seen what you did before and that you didn't know what you were doing, then
How did you know?
That's an example
How
of
did
your
you know the
leadership.
Kool-Aid was nasty without
Yeah,
tasting it?
that's
I
all
had
it
to taste Kool-Aid first before I knew that it didn't taste good without sugar.
Anyway, what's one thing that women need to fix? Monzeil.
Selfishness. If you don't have a heart of service, you're not getting nothing you want. So if you up here talking about me, it's about me, it's what I want, it's all about what I want and this and that and other, you're not getting nothing you want. Because you're supposed to be wanting to serve and making someone else's life better. Happy wife, happy life. No, it's happy spouse, happy house.
Talk it. Boom. Nigga, what the f- y'all talking about? I'm sorry. That man talk.
That was good.
That man
I love
talk.
that.
Heart
And
of
I do
service.
I do think that that's a big thing with women.
Relationships are about acts of service. You're in the
Are.
service business, and the husband is too.
Period. Because he did
Yeah.
say that. Because you know, if he didn't say that, I was going to say something.
He
But
covered
did.
every base.
He did good.
Yeah.
All right, Trev.
My nigga.
Trev, come on. Do us proud. What's one thing that these niggas need to fix?
The one thing. Well, first of all, niggas ain't. So I don't expect much.
Yeah.
Period. But, I mean, I think men like accountability. You know, he's talking about women don't, but I think men like accountability. It's always, you know, an excuse or reason why they can't be whatever they're being.
Okay.
So
I mean,
I
honestly,
think
I
it's a
I
major
agree
lack
with
of
that outside of
accountability.
dating. I do agree with that, like in life. Like, it's nobody's fault you don't got no job, bro. It's nobody's fault you don't got no car, bro. It's nobody's fault you broke, bro. Get up and get it.
One of my biggest signs of a man lacking in accountability and emotional maturity is that he gets mad when you ask him questions. Because
he's questioned.
women, a lot of times it's not being questioned how you think, but we really have questions because you're in charge and you have the playbook in your hand.
You're supposed to.
What are we doing? And then like, yo, you get mad at every single question. That's my sign right there. Like,
Hey,
oh,
Lauren,
he's
put
a kid.
a pin in that. That would have been number 2. Why I'm the problem. Continue.
Yes.
Cause do not.
Really, and I love him. But
Yeah,
yes.
but I do not. And bro, I'm being vulnerable. I'm being real with y'all.
Yes.
I do not like
don't
to
ask
be.
you why you're working.
Yo.
I do not like to be questioned. If I'm driving up the road and I'm like,
You don't
bro,
trust
we're
me.
going to slutty vegan, and I'm driving, and you go, well, why'd you take a right instead of a left? I'm gonna be like, you want to drive?
Yeah.
Let me drive the car.
I can
Leave
see
me
how that's
alone.
annoying. That's annoying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Of course.
I shouldn't be. I should just be like, baby, we gonna get to the destination. It can be annoying, but she's looking to you, like Lauren said, and she's right. Even though it's annoying, I shouldn't let the queen get me off my square. Now challenging. Why are you going this way and not this way? I should be able to say, well, baby, I'm going this way because whatever the reason is being. But when the response is, see, goddamn, bro, like, yo, we da because you this and you that, because that's what I won't tolerate.
It sounds like and that's not okay. It's
But-
not okay, but it
with
sounds like
the
a level of frustration because you keep going that way and we keep ending up at the wrong place.
She's saying if we took this trip multiple times, you keep going this way.
And we keep
I
not
sat
making
back.
it.
Now we're late.
And
we
I
had
can't
an
ask questions.
appointment.
I can't ask questions
And
based
you
on my
can't say
experience.
nothing. And he just sitting there driving, and it's like, bro, we've been late every time. I'm hungry. We late every time. We hit the same traffic. We hit the same stuff. Bro, what are you doing? Don't question me. That's crazy.
I don't know if you've seen this trend on like Instagram where it's like my brain when I'm with my man, where I don't have to think about anything. I don't care what you're doing, or I don't know where we're going. I do not care. That's a woman that fully trusts her man.
Right.
So sometimes if you're encountering a woman who has a lot of questions
provided
about
that
what you're
level of
doing,
security.
yeah, exactly. He did provide that level.
But-
So if you're getting questions from your woman, it might be an indication that she's not feeling safe with you,
100%.
and she doesn't trust your decision
But
making.
in the-
We're shutting down.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing to say. I thought I didn't know it was over.
I mean,
I'm
I don't.
having a great time.
I am too. I just don't want to get. I want to get stuck in another.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we drive all these sub points to death.
In the growth of becoming a better leader, though, I feel like that in that process sometimes when a woman is like she don't trust you, I feel like that's valid because you're in the journey of becoming it. So I don't disagree with you. I'm
Which
just
is-
saying
okay.
he's on his way to becoming a better leader. He makes mistakes. And she's right to question it. But yeah, I do agree, like, she don't trust it because, like you said,
might be
we've
feeling-
been up the street 5 times and you mess up every time.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
If you
saying?
mess
We
up,
might be feeling a touch unsafe.
what if you mess up multiple times, but after you mess up, you come out better than you were before you messed up?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That is the goal.
Yep, Lauren, take
but
us home.
if that happens,
Can he finish his
I'm sorry.
supplement?
no, but if that happens, then she just get tired of you messing up. But there's evidence that you come out better after the person messes up. Like if you go through a rough patch, like even in a relationship, you go through a rough patch, and
You
y'all
come
come
out
out
better.
better after you get through the rough patch. But you keep going through rough patches,
Right.
and she gets sick of that going through the rough patches.
So you're
but
not
we're getting
coming out
better.
better.
We are coming out better.
You
But
said
you're sick of going through the rough patches. I'm sick of you
He's
going
coming
through
out a
this
little
hard
bit
time.
better.
No,
That's what
a
he's
lot
saying.
better.
Yes, I
A lot
got it.
better.
He's saying
No,
like
but I
go
thought he was
from
saying
one point-
I'm getting better, but we keep getting in the same rough patch.
Yeah.
we are, but it's a little less bad than it was the last time because I got a little bit
Potentially.
better.
Not
No,
that
I
bad.
think he's
No, we
saying
come out
different
better.
rough patches.
Like we come out
no, I thought
different
he was
rough
saying the
patches.
same rough
I thought he
patch.
said the same
No,
rough patch.
different rough patches.
Different rough patches, and then you get better, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm sick of
Okay.
going through these rough patches.
If we're talking about different rough patches.
If we're talking about
the
life.
exact same problem, because I thought that's what you were saying.
That's what
like,
it sounded like he was saying.
I have
wasn't
this
what he
exact same problem, but I just did not understand, and I don't understand. I don't understand how you can have the same problem and come out better, but have the same problem.
So
Over and over.
It's like trying to fix a bridge or a chair or something where you have to, it's like a weight bearing item. And so it needs to be reinforced, but you don't know if it's broken until you sit on it and it cracks a little bit. Then you reinforce it some more. But eventually,
Right. So you're
it
not
will-
solving the problem.
But you will eventually if you just keep reinforcing it. You add more planks or whatever it is.
Right.
So that's what I thought he was saying.
Right.
So that's why I was like, no, that makes sense. Even if it is the same problem, if you're slowly improving, that's fine.
I feel like what he kept saying was that we keep solving the same problem and going back to the same problem. And I don't understand that. It makes no sense. Even if it wasn't what we're getting ready to say, like just any problems, it's not resolved then. And we're not getting better.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense to me. Okay. The same exact issue. What's happening?
It's the same issue happening over again, but you come out better.
How? What's better?
Yeah, I
All right,
gotta.
let me do
You're
this.
in trouble
I need to
now.
know.
We're in
Let me
hot
do
water.
this.
I need to
Let
know
me do
what's
this.
better.
Okay, I keep losing my job, but I get a better job that makes more money every time.
If you lose it, what
What does it matter?
Then
Get him
the
outta
job
here.
gets better.
Get him out of
No,
here. Nope.
Oh,
no.
he
not
keep losing
security.
his job, but he keeps. But
Why
after
do
the
you
job
keep
get
losing
lost,
your job?
I get a better job.
Yeah, but you
And it's
can't
not-
keep it.
And it's not even losing the job. I quit. Or I got fired because they were mistreating me.
Kellow can't relate. This nigga was working at the same job because she got stability.
But no, what's funny is she's funny. Like when she just yelled out, like, but you can't keep the job. Like, so it's like
But you get a better one.
No, I get what you're saying, bro. I do.
You get a better one after that.
But I do get what you're saying, bro. Like if he gets a better one, like I keep losing my job. Now, the reason that it's a bad analogy, bro, it's a bad analogy. The reason it's a bad analogy is because it goes to like I can't keep a job.
Bro, that's an illusion. You're not coming out better.
But if you don't use
how you not coming out better and you making more money and you buying more stuff?
It's
the analogy, bro.
No.
Like yo, some rough patches could be like, okay, we going through a rough patch where I was in attendance. We're going through a rough patch.
He's using the real rough patch and be like, this is the story he wanted to use.
I'm trying. Like, what are you doing with it?
You could believe it or not, but that's what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, but my thing is, you're not getting a better job immediately. There are.
Yes, you are.
No,
yes,
it's
you
not
are.
That.
Are you leaving the job for a better job?
Sometimes I am.
You said I'm losing.
No, you
Sometimes.
said you're losing. You said losing
Sometimes I leave
job.
it. No, it's different situations. Sometimes
If
I
you're
lose
leaving
it.
a job
Sometimes I get fired.
and you have another job lined
Because-
up, that's better. Okay, but
That's
if you're
not,
talking
but that's
about
not a problem. That's
that's
not
not a
a woman
problem.
would ever complain
that's
about.
not a problem. But
I don't care
if
what
you're
you do.
coming to me and you're like, I lost my job again, and then in 5 weeks, after we done struggle for 5 weeks because we're missing your income, you say, oh, but I got another job making $20,000 more.
And we're like, thank you.
And I'm like, yes. And then you're like, oh, 5 weeks later, I lost it. Baby.
It ain't
Like,
5 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bad
It ain't gonna
analogy.
be no
But at
5
the
weeks.
same time, I feel what she's saying because it's like,
No,
it's
gonna be no 5
it's the
weeks.
opposite of stability, which is what they both said they want. Like, we unstable.
This is not secure.
Yeah, we're
I
unstable.
am
in
not
America.
secure in
But
this
bro, I
situation.
think that
okay.
the job analogy is what throws it. I think that we all go. It could be a rough patch that we go through a lot. Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
I like I like for you to.
No, because I got another analogy. Let's say it's the girl, because you said being sexy is important. It's the girl. She's trying to lose weight, right? She always does a little good. She get a little 10 pounds down, then she get confident, and she start eating again. And then she gain it right back, maybe plus a couple pounds. She does over and over and over again. What's the problem?
I think
She's the problem. Yeah. You lose your job, you're the problem. And the problem with the story that you told, what happens if you go out and come you think getting a better job, it gives you the illusion that you're improving. But the fact that you keep losing your job means that you haven't fixed the real problem.
Yes, right.
Which is you. Or whoever it is in this scenario.
I'm not gonna let this happen. Listen. I'm gonna use a different analogy. It's different when he says going through the same rest patches, like weight, different things like that. Job, I gotta go with the girls on this one because of that analogy. But I do get your overall premise, which is you keep going through the rough patches, but I come out better. And that could be, it's like, okay, I wasn't as romantic, I wasn't as attentive, I wasn't that thing. Or we went through a rough patch where I wasn't as attentive, but I came out better. Okay, then I went down again and I came up again. I went up and down in these situations, but I came out better every time.
Yeah, because better
to
means
me,
we're improving.
he improving, but he goes through ups
changing
and,
the goalposts.
relationships are ups and downs.
Yeah. No, we're done. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for the Mindfully Delusional podcast.
This was
Thank
good.
you.
We had to have them back. This was great.
Maybe not. Bye, guys.
I cannot.
I need to hear what everyone thinks about this entire episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, there are a lot of good conversations. We had a lot of good conversations in this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everything wasn't bad about this episode.
It wasn't bad.
There
no.
was some chaos.
Uh-huh.
There were some disagreements, but I think everybody in this episode made really good points at different times.
Yep.
Yeah. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed getting to meet our guy friends. I hope that some of these perspectives from us and from them gives you something to talk about. Take this to your friends, start a fight.
And most importantly, like, share, subscribe, comments, all the things, please. But we definitely need to hear perspectives.
Please. All right, guys, we are signing off.
Thank you for tuning in.
you
Thanks
so
for
much.
rocking and rolling with us. Stay locked in. There's so much more to come.
Definitely. Bye.
Bye.